Imagine earning thousands of dollars every single month from YouTube without ever having to show your face, without filming, without editing, and even without scripting. I know, that might sound crazy, but this is exactly what people are doing right now with faceless AI-powered YouTube channels. In this video, I'm going to reveal 10 faceless YouTube channels that have huge earning potential. Some of them are even making tens of thousands of dollars per month completely behind the scenes. And the best part, a few of these niches are still wide open, for sure if you know how to think, which is one of the things I want to teach you in this video. Now, I don't just talk this, I actually live this. I've built dozens of these faceless YouTube channels myself. One video we've recently uploaded has made over $19,000 from a $15 investment, and that's just from ad revenue. Altogether, my faceless channels now generate me over 6 figures every single month. And no, I don't touch the editing, the voiceover, or the content creation myself. It's all smart systems, AI tools, and a trained team with the right SOPs, which stands for Standard Operating Procedures. In this video, I won't just give you the niches and the names. I'll break down why each one works, what kind of content to make, which tools to use, and which niches are better for beginners versus the more advantaged creators. Whether you're just starting out or looking to scale, you'll walk away from this video with a clear idea on how to build your very own faceless YouTube business and get your second income stream. Let's dive into the 10 most profitable AI-powered YouTube niches, and niche number 1 is something you've definitely seen before, but probably never realized on how profitable it actually is. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into my screen. And as you can see right here, we have 10 faceless AI channels that are blowing up right now. So the goal is not to just show the channels, but also to tell you what they're doing good, what they're doing bad, and how the content is actually being made. So let's go to channel number 1, and we got Revenge Alley. And as you can see, it's getting millions of views, even 1 million views in a single month. And this also beats one of the rules. Normally, we don't want a lot of text inside of our thumbnails, but in this case, you can see it clearly happen. So what we can go ahead and do is we can open the channel. And what you will see right now, it has 60,000 subscribers already and 250 videos. And as you can see, it's still getting like 600,000 views per month. And then we can calculate the RPM. And the RPM of these kind of niches, when the content is around 28 minutes long on average, it will probably generate around a $10 RPM. That means that this channel is still getting paid around $6,600 per month. And that's funny because these videos, the background footage is just nothing else than story blocks. You can get a subscription for up to 15 channels for $65. And then the image that you see over here is just AI generated, and the captions are also AI generated through CapCut. So you can go ahead and create these videos if you don't want a CapCut watermark for around $77 per month, because ChatGPT is pretty much free. For sure, if you have shorter scripts, you can actually get this for free, and otherwise you can add in an extra $20 a month for the ChatGPT subscription. You could also go ahead and decide to use a little bit more advanced systems, such as, for example, Cloud. And there's a lot of people that do script writing through Cloud or even through Gemini, which we call JSON prompting, which is a little bit more advanced, but I wouldn't start with that if I was a beginner. I would just start by using ChatGPT. So that's pretty much how this works, and as you can see, they're getting very consistent views. All of the images are AI generated. The face is always nicely put in the middle. You don't want the face to be out of place. You don't want it to be out of place on this way. No, you want it to be straight in the middle so it grabs all of the attention. We saw those mistakes with a couple of students, and that's of course something that you don't need to do. We want to make the content as good as possible, and still getting a lot of views. So let's go ahead and go into niche number 2, which in this case is going to be sort of the Buddha niche. So it's called Moonmind Temple, and this channel is actually getting a lot of success as well. And there's something very important with this channel, and that's because number one, the channel got 900,000 views in the last 28 days, which is really good on its own. But what we see when we scroll down is that the content is not just 25, 26, 27 minutes long. No, the content is literally 3 hours long. And if we look at the most popular videos, we can also see even a video with 1.1 million views is 3 hours in duration. Well, I actually know this niche, and I know it can pay from $25 to $30 per 1,000 views. That means that this video alone has generated over $25,000. which is absolutely mental. And that's just one video. And then if we go to the channel average, it's still getting 900,000 views. So if we do this times 20, we're going to get $18,000 a month in revenue. And if we do this times 30, we're going to get $27,000 a month in revenue, which are real numbers that you can get. Let me go ahead and show you one of the screenshots one of my AI channels is getting. And as you can see, we're also getting RPMs between $18 to $25 for around 3 hours worth of content. So then let's go ahead and go into the next one. So what are the things that we need to know? First of all, let's actually go ahead and open the video before we go to the next one, just to show you a little bit of how the content looks like. So it has a fade in, and this is what we call an audio bar. So it's just a voiceover that's talking right now that you will pretty much have here. This makes each video automatically sort of unique, because it is never the same, because the voice will always be generated slightly differently. And then we have an image of a Buddhist, and then we have some particles. So it's a very simple, easy content. And I'm curious if this will stay for the whole entire video. Yeah, it does. So nothing else changes. So they just got a little bit of a different thumbnail, and the thumbnail is Zen Stories for Deep Sleep, which of course focus on the Buddhism. So very good channel. Got a lot of compliments for it. It's very simple, so don't overcomplicate YouTube automation. Channels like these are literally printing $18,000 a month without ever having to show their face. They're literally using AI to write the scripts. They're using 11 Labs to go ahead and generate the audio, or even better, most gurus won't tell you this, you can also use Minimax, which is about 1/3 of the price of 11 Labs. So if you want to use that one, I'll also leave a link down below. I don't even know if they have affiliate links. If they do, I'll add one. So just being blatantly honest there. So let's go ahead and go to the next niche. So the Buddha niche is still very interesting. Then we got one of the most famous niches. You might have already seen this, but I just want to show you what is possible when you are a first mover. When you're a first mover, you normally take a little bit of more risk, but we already knew that stories to fall asleep to was a concept that was working. By the way, this is not my channel, just for clarification. But this channel is absolutely crushing it. This is probably one of the biggest AI channels right now in the entire YouTube industry, and this channel right now is getting 6 million views per month, and it's down 40%. So imagine that last month they got over 10 million views, and this content is also 2 hours long in duration. So let's take once again that $20 average RPM. That means that this channel right now is still generating $120,000 per month uploading AI videos that are very simple to make. The drawings look a little bit more complicated, but you can literally copy them and ask ChatGPT to prompt you something that looks like it, and then slightly adjust it in Canva. And it is really that easy. So if you go to most popular, you literally see videos that got over 3.2 million views in 2 months' time. Well, if you do that times 20, this video alone has generated over $70,000 in ad revenue. That's more than most people make in a single year with one single video. Of course, this is the most popular video on the channel, but it shows you what's possible. And also, I think a lot of people click because the thumbnail is very clickbait and it looks very weird, so people are intrigued to the actual history, like why you wouldn't last a day in the medieval times and more. So it is a really good video, and also they got a lot of different concepts. So you never, when you want to make a channel, you never copy it exactly. Always, if you copied it right one-on-one, you're always going to be number 2 or number 3, because you want to come with unique concepts. So boring history for sleep. So maybe talk about medieval times, maybe talk about the Roman Imperium, maybe talk about World War II. So make sure that you take a concept that has worked in one niche and then bring it into another niche. This is also known as close versus far niching. And this is a very important concept if you want to get genuine results with YouTube automation. My goal is not just to give you 10 channels and you're done. No, my goal is for you to understand why they work and how you can replicate the success without failure. I'm not here to milk as much ad revenue from these videos and promise you a lot of money. No, I'm here to actually genuinely teach you something so you can take these lessons and then go ahead and implement it yourself and get genuine results. That's my goal here. Let's continue. So this channel, $120,000 a month. Last month was over $200,000 because they got 10 million views. Absolutely mental. Then let's go ahead and go to the next niche. The next niche will be Think Stoic 101. And as you can see, the thumbnails are very simple. They're actually a little bit yellow tinted. And I don't know if you knew, but the yellow tint comes from the ChatGPT being trained also on old paintings. So it automatically adds a little bit more of a yellow filter in every single image you allow it to generate. So just letting you know that. They probably didn't like put that in there on purpose, like make the human a little bit yellowish. Sounds a little bit stupid as well. So you don't want to do that. So as you can see, it also looks like this channel is not getting that many views, but you'll be still mistaken. Even videos like this with 4.5k views, which are an hour long in this case, will most likely have an RPM of $10 to $15 still. So if you do this times $10, that's still $45 in a single day from a single video. Then let's go ahead and click on view channel sets, and we can see this channel got 400,000 views in a single month. We multiply this by 10, and that means that this channel has generated $400,000, I want to say, has generated $4,000. So the channel is doing very well. Then what we can do is we also have to look at how old these channels are, and if we can replicate this maybe in a slightly different style. And in this case, this channel is actually less old than 3 months, which means that normally when we do coaching, we do like one-on-one coaching, is we want to get you results within 90 days. So to look at channels that has started within the last 90 days gives us a very good expectation if you can get results in the same amount of time frame. That's our goal. So if the channels have succeeded 3 months ago and are making $4,000 a month, that means you could most likely replace your job. Let me know if this would actually, like $4,000 a month, would that be able to replace your job? And if you got the extra income, what would you go ahead and do with it? Please let me know in the comments. I'm very curious. I'll make sure that I reply to as many of them as possible. So let's go ahead and actually see the content, and let's go watch the latest content and see how it looks like. So we have a zoom out effect, and then we have a little bit of the quotes and a little bit of the particles. So this is what we call old movie framing. It's a little bit of the gray particles, so it makes it look a little bit more old. I don't really like the branding in here in the channel or in the video, I have to say, but it is something that's definitely possible. So it's just one image. I'm very curious if we go a little bit further. Okay, they do actually switch images, but it seems like they switch images every 40 seconds or so. A very slow move in, move out effect. Jesus Christ. Muscles, insane. Okay, so as you can see, they're getting a lot of images in here, which is really good. So having multiple images really allows you to also monetize the content. So the new trend right now is to generate the first clip actually with AI videos using something like VO3 or Kling AI, and then going into the images, allowing for more movement, and it is easier to monetize without getting hit with something called reuse content. If you get hit with reuse content, YouTube actually disables the ability to go ahead and make money from your videos, which is the whole purpose that we start these YouTube automation videos for and channels for. So just want to make sure that you understand that as well. So once again, if we would have to rate this on a scale from 1 to 10 on how easy it is and how much money it can make, the ease scale of these kind of channels would be put as a 1. It is ridiculously easy to go ahead and make these videos. And maybe I would say 10. It's like 10 out of 10 easy to go ahead and make these videos. And then if you would ask me how much earning potential it has, there are channels in the Stoicism niche doing $15,000 or more. So the earning potential, I would rank it an 8. I would rank it a 10 if it has the ability to earn over 30,000 or 50,000 US a month, which of course is life-changing money, and you can go ahead and build generational wealth from it. So let's go ahead and look at the next niche. We now are number 4. Let's go to number 5. Dean Darius. We got an Islamic channel here, and that also sort of does the new stuff. So let's go ahead and have a further look here. So not every video is getting views, but if we go to most popular videos, we see that some stories are definitely jumping out. We can also see that the channel has only started 6 months ago and has already gotten over 19,500 subscribers with only 160 videos. These videos, since I'm actually in this same niche and one of my channels is called Islamic Insight, we can also go to that channel. The cost of these videos is about $7.50, and now that we managed to get the AI content for even cheaper, we can also generate this content a lot cheaper as well. So that means that every single video that I publish on this channel right now costs me around $5. And as you can see, definitely not every video is doing well, but it is those evergreen videos that start counting up that start producing the money. This channel is still bringing in between $2,500 to $4,000 US a month. And I don't have this channel just in English. I also have this channel in French, in German, Islamic, and Indonesian. So it is not just one channel. The entire brand generates me over $5,000 a month in pure profit. So let's go ahead and look at the next niche, as this content is the exact same as the last one, where it's just a little bit of AI videos and then it's slowly moving in and moving out. So let's make sure that we get that as well. And as you can see, it has a little bit of an intro, and then it zooms in, and then it just has a little bit of AI videos, and then later it also goes to images that are zooming in, zooming out, and we get the exact same thing with just the basic captions. So let's go ahead and look at the next niche. So once again, if I would rate this one from a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the easiest it is, I would label this content still as a 10. It is ridiculously easy to make this content. There's a little bit more video AI content, so maybe we'll rank it a 9. And then if we ask for the earning potential, I would rank it a 3 or a 4. I don't ever see this channel doing generally like over $10,000 a month. It is a nice channel to have, and it's worth like one of my employees' time, but it isn't worth more than that. If I would spend more on it and more time on it, I would most likely lose money on this because it is not my most profitable channel, so it's not worth the time investment for me to make into it. But if you're getting started and you start with a niche that could at least replace your job, then it is a good idea to start with such a channel because the ease is very good. So keep that in mind. Let's go to number 6. We got Revenge with Karen, with once again the exception being that on these kind of channels you want to put a lot of text on these thumbnails. I don't like that this person is too much on the left, but it's still getting views, and it does around 4 videos per day, it looks like. 4, this one was 5. Let's see, they do 5 videos a day. So that's normally more than we do. For AI channels, I don't recommend uploading more than 3 videos per day. This channel is doing 5 and is getting fantastic results with it. Over 2 million views in a month. But also this content is around 30-35 minutes long, so I'm expecting an RPM of at least $10. That means once again we can take this number, which is technically speaking pretty much 2 million, and multiply it by a $10 RPM, which gets us to $20,000 a month for a very simple AI channel. Once again, we can go ahead and click on the content, and we see it's literally almost the exact same as the first niche, so you can take this concept and maybe bring it into another niche. That means that if we look at how easy it is, with this slice, very slow stock footage, looks like it's just going to be the waves the whole time. Yeah, this is just one video, pretty much put on repeat. As you can see here, pretty much over here, you can see it just resets from left to right. So it's just one video that just repeats itself about 4 times. So it is even easier to make. So from a scale from 1 to 10 on how easy this is an 11. If you can't make this, don't bother doing YouTube automation at all. If you can make it, then it's really good because the money is still very high. As we see, the earning potential is like 20,000 US. So we would put this earning potential at a 9 and the ease at an 11 because it's just too easy to make this one. You get one stick of footage from a stock footage website, you use it in the background, you generate an AI person with ChatGPT, DALL-E, Leonardo, whatever you want to use, or Midjourney, and then you add a little bit of captions, which you do in CapCut, and that's it. That easy. So earning potential, huge. Let's go to niche number 7. We got Senate. Let's go ahead and open this one as well. And then we see it has 323,000 subscribers with 311 videos. And this channel looks really good. It also has members, so I assume it will probably also have some member-related videos. Doesn't look like it. He's just getting a lot of support, so that's amazing. And this niche is actually still upcoming. There's a bunch of channels that actually have succeeded in this niche within the last 3 months. This is also a niche that I'm personally going into. And as you can see here, 3.2 million views in a year's time. However, this content is 10 minutes long. I'm expecting an RPM of around $4 in this case. Why? As long as the content is over 8 minutes in video duration, YouTube allows for something called mid-roll ads. And the more mid-roll ads you have, the more money you will make, with the exception of very long sleep videos where you don't want to disturb the viewer to go ahead and fall asleep. You want to maybe put ads once every 20 minutes so they actually allow them to fall asleep. You don't want to have like a sleep video and out of nowhere there's like ding dong and there's a domino ad. Nobody wants that. So that's the reason that you don't always want to enable mid-roll ads. YouTube doesn't like that, but that's just something that happens for these kind of niches. As you can see, still getting very good views on every single video pretty much. They started uploading a little bit longer content, a little bit of 20-minute videos as well. So the RPM might actually go towards 6, 7. So let's take 6 as an average just to be low. That would mean that this channel will generate about $3,000 a month. So let's go ahead and have a look at this channel as well of the content quality. So there's a quote that they start out with. I don't know why it wants to move me. Why is there movement now in here? That's weird. And it's just images, go from left to right. And a little bit up bottom, right side. Yeah, so pretty much it goes from left to right to left, up to top, and top from bottom. That's pretty much what it does. So it's still very easy with the movie particles. So the ease, I would put it, because the images look a little bit more advanced, I would put the ease at around an 8. And I would put the earning potential around a 4 or 3, because it's around $3,000 a month. But there are channels in the niche doing closer to $10,000 a month. So that shows you on the complexity of that. Let's go to niche number 8, Buddha motivation. So we talked about Buddha stories to fall asleep to, but there's also Buddha motivation. And you can do the same with the Bible, and you can do the same with Islam in this case. And as you can see, it's actually getting pretty decent views, but it's not posting as much, and it still looks pretty low. We see 42,000 subscribers with 177 videos. But if we go to most popular, we see a couple of videos and even one video from a month ago getting over 100,000 views. The first thing I would recommend this person to do is upload at least content longer than 8 minutes, but I would probably make it around 10-12 minutes, and it would still be good enough without changing the concept of the reason why you went viral, which in this case is actually more around 10-minute content than it is around shorter content. So this person will probably have an RPM of around $3, and that shows you that you don't want to make short format content. Why? An RPM of 3 brings this channel to not even $1,000 in earnings. That's also the reason I wanted to put one channel in this list that actually is not good. So you also see what I look at when something isn't good, and I wouldn't start a channel like this. Why? Well, first of all, this channel started 7 months ago and is making $900 a month while still having to put some time in, work in, manage it. You know, even if they post, how many videos do they post per month? 8, 9, they post around 9 to 10 videos a month. I wouldn't put the time in it. This would be a channel that I would try and sell for a little bit cheaper to go ahead and get rid of it. Why? I don't want to manage this stuff. So let's go ahead to the next channel because it isn't interesting. Then we got boring history, and this is exactly what I mean with close versus far niching. As we've seen, we did Sleepless Historian, and if we look at this channel and we're going to compare it to boring history, we see a slight change in thumbnail style, and we still see very good colorful images. So let me go ahead in here. You see the white background, a little bit text left, right, a little bit of pimples, and it is really more focused on ancient Egypt and medieval times. Then if we look here, we have the Greek myth. So it has everything about Greek. So it's also very good. Boring Greek myth for sleep. Boring Greek myth for sleep. I really like how the person took the Sleepless Historian, so history stuff, and put a niche into it. Now the niche is the Greek mythology. So once again, huge congratulations to this kind of channel. I wish I would own this channel. These are the channels that I would put my money into, invest into. They're fantastic. And some of these videos are even 6 hours long, 2.5 hours. So an RPM of $30 is pretty much guaranteed. That means if you do this times a $30 RPM, you're going to get to $24,000 a month in ad revenue. So let's go ahead and look at the content and see how complex it is. As you can see, it's just once again images coming in and out, and it's still very easy. So the ease, a 10 out of 10. The earning potential, a 10 out of 10. It goes over $25,000 a month. Some channels go, like Sleepless Historian, go over the $100,000 a month mark. Now it's $120,000 a month, and before it was $200,000 a month. So the earning potential with using AI content is absolutely insane. So when people say, no wonder you can't make money with AI garbage, look at these examples. Look at how much each and every single one of these channels are earning. Of course, besides the last example in this case, which was like $900, which isn't good enough unless you live in India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, then it is amazing money. But if you don't live there, you live in a Western country like the US or the UK, $900 barely gets you like decent groceries for a month for a family of 4. So it shows you the difference. So in this case, this channel, $25,000 a month, will genuinely like change and transform your life. So it's so important to focus on that. Let's go ahead and go further to the last niche. Once again, I absolutely love this channel. Then we got I Read It for Sleeping, and this is a little bit of a tricky one. These channels don't always get monetized because of something called reuse content. So you have to show that you genuinely make this gameplay and the behind the scenes. You will most likely not get accepted, but with a good appeal video, you will get monetization enabled. So please keep that in mind. If we go to look at this channel, it is 800,000 views with 3-hour-long content. I actually have a channel like this, which is right now doing around $20,000 a month in earnings. So I can tell you my RPM is around $22 at this moment. So you got 800,000 views times 22 gets you to about $16,000, $17,000 US per month in earnings. Well, you can very easily get this gameplay, make it, and maybe make a couple behind the scene videos in the case you ever get denied for monetization. So take that all into consideration. So we now covered 10 niches. So what are the most important things that we learned? Well, we want to get channels that get over 300,000 views per month at the bare minimum. We want to make sure that the content is preferably over 25 minutes long in video duration, because that makes sure that we can get a $10 plus RPM. The higher the RPM, the more money we make per 1,000 viewers. Then it is very important that we find channels that have succeeded within the last 90 days. The more recent they succeeded, the easier it is for us to transform the concept and also go viral and then go ahead and make money from it. Then let's go ahead a little bit further. I want to show you a couple of case studies that we've done for some of our students. So we have Isa, and Isa managed to go to $10,000 a month within her first 3 months of coaching, as you can see here, and she managed to get to $200, sometimes even $300 a day with her AI channel. And the best thing is she only spent $7.5 per video. Now, she also owns a Spanish channel, which is now adding another $10,000 a month mark, bringing her earnings to around $20,000 per month. Then we have Eric, and Eric went and doubled his income since joining. He went from $4.5, all the way up to $11,000 a month, just after working with us for a couple of months by scaling his strategy and opening up a bunch of new channels. Then we have Myron, and Myron managed to make over $2,500 per day from one of his Faceless AI channels. And the best thing is that all of these videos are entirely made by ChatGPT, Eleven Labs, Minimax, Cloud, CapCut. It is so ridiculously easy to go ahead and make this content. If you want to see a full tutorial of me making a video like this from scratch, then let me know and I'll make one for you guys. So that being said, like, what is currently holding you back in order to start these Faceless AI channels and start making money that could potentially change your life, go from a 9 to 5 to earning a full-time income from YouTube? And we see it literally every single day in our community. I'm not joking, every single day. Like, I post a bunch of wins also to our school community, and I will get to that in a second. So let's go to the next part, which is Koen. Koen currently makes over $30,000 a month from his Faceless AI channels. Now he can travel the world with his girlfriend, and you can also go ahead and go to my channel. So make sure, number 1, you subscribe to my channel, and number 2, you leave a nice comment or ask me a question or something, and number 3, you go ahead and watch this podcast, because Koen gives so many good pieces of advice for you to go ahead and make money with AI. I'd highly recommend you to go ahead and check this out. It is a fantastic podcast that we recorded together in Lombok in Indonesia with a beautiful view. It's a little bit overlighted, but it is an amazing interview, and everyone, like, it's insane. And yeah, it is amazing content, so I highly recommend going ahead and having a look here. Then let's go ahead and look at a few of the reviews that we also get. It's like worth every cent. I've been doing YouTube automation for about a year, but I kept hitting roadblocks. Once I joined the one-on-one coaching, everything started to moving faster. From the very beginning, you can tell how much knowledge and experience is behind it. Everything is explained super clearly and tailored to where you're at and where you want to go. Menno gave me exactly the right guidance, and Warner is really involved on WhatsApp too. Since starting the coaching, I've actually been profitable too, which is not a coincidence. Honestly, one of the best choices I've ever made, and this comes from Sasha. Then we have John, great community plus course. I was searching for something to help me finding success on YouTube, and I found Wonder on Twitter or X. We talked for a while and decided to go for it. That commitment was the main benefit for me. Till that point, I did not really take YouTube seriously. Another great thing about Wonder is that inside and even on his YouTube channels, he shows you how he thinks. You can literally observe someone making big money with YouTube and learn how he thinks. Another great thing is the community. Just today I found a few extra tweaks that I can help to produce videos almost 2 times faster thanks to the help of AI. That is huge. Then we got Emanuela, and actually Jan and Emanuela, both gone ahead and interviewed them, and those podcasts will also come online soon, so make sure you subscribe because you don't want to miss those out either. Because Emanuela went from $0 to $7,000 a month in earnings, and Jan went literally from $0 to $19,000 a month in earnings, Jan utilizing AI channels and Emanuela utilizing YouTube automation channels. So what I want to say is go ahead and join our free exclusive community with the link down below in the description. I do want to mention that not everyone gets accepted. We want to make sure that people are genuinely serious. Make sure you write good motivation. Why do you want to succeed? You know, we have a 3-hour-long free video course you can watch inside of this exclusive community. So once again, not everyone gets accepted. So make sure you apply, make sure you spend time on it, and then I'll see you on the inside of the school community. That pretty much wraps up the entire video. I hope these 10 niches were useful to you. I hope you learned something new from it as well. And even better said, I hope you will take action, because the longer you wait, the more opportunity you're passing on. I always say sometimes the opportunity cost is greater than the actual cost, which means that you not utilizing AI will cost you more money in the future than to learn and how to use it. So make sure you use the free resources. Make sure you drop me a follow on Twitter, on Instagram. All of the socials are linked down below. So drop me a follow, join the school community. And also, if you want to book a one-on-one call with one of our advisors and see how we can best help you and make a custom game plan according to your stuff, your current life situation, to get you the best possible results, then go ahead and book a call with the link in the description as well, so we can see if we're fit to work together and that we can also help you scale up to the next level. Thank you so much for watching. I know it was a little bit of a longer video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe and I'll see you in the next video.